Diamond. This is a muscle.
It's another one.
This is a muscle. Let's call it our. So we're going to exercise our brain this morning. It's a workout, right? You're on the spot. If you work out, like, oh my God, you're tired. So you're on the spot, man. We're working out your brain muscle. I just said a whole lot. So why do you disagree with Reggie and what Reggie said? Do you remember what Reggie said? No. So then what would our brain muscle tell us to do? Try to remember, or ask him. So we're going to let Diamond do this while he's standing up. It's a lot harder standing up. It's easy while he's sitting down, right? It's tough when we're standing up. So why don't you ask him?
It's cool. So what did you say? I said, sometimes he asked me, well, yes, what can lead? I said, sometimes, like, people might not be financially stable to lead, but they might have a little, and he get their assistance so they can't lead. And then they got to make it meet. Hopefully they could lead so they lead.
So tell me, just make an argument. Pretend it as if I'm a judge. And there's two sides, right? One person has to make one argument, the other side makes another. Be the other side. Tell me why you think that's wrong. We're not calling Reggie wrong, right? But while talking about what, but challenging what he said.
Right. So you want me to say why is it wrong? Why is it wrong?
I am.
Because like if you leave somebody like that in that community that you really close to, like it's like it's hard to like it's hard to do because you got people in that it kind of be hard. So, but then again, you'll want to leave, then you'll want to stay. So,
What's your response to that, Reggie?
No, he's not. He's
So go ahead and stand up for the rest of us too.
It's always a question you gotta make.
It's always what you gotta make?
Sacrifice.
Right, you get me some make.
You gotta think about what it's been for you. Like maybe my mom might be in bad condition. But I gotta think about how am I gonna get my mom.
What is the name?
My health care right now.
well, classroom is 300.
I feel like I can help everybody else. I feel like I get $2. I can set up on everybody else. I help my family. But if I'm spending all my money on everybody, and I'm being quite position and it ain't.
You'll sit in the empty desk over there?
So it sounds like you're saying Diamond last part. And even though, to your point, we need to be there to help others, we may not be able to financially help others. Which means we also, to what Rick said earlier, we won't be able to move because of our financial situation. We're stuck. Because again, something else is keeping us stuck. What do you have to say about that? Tell me what you think.
I think
Reggie, does anyone ever ask you what you think?
not really. I think
Alright, so let me ask you guys this again, just give me a moment. If I were to ask you to do 1,000 push-ups, could you?
Yeah, straight.
Right now.
I'm straight.
But could you do 10 push-ups right now? See, the thing is, our muscles, we can do 10. But if we kept working out and work out and exercise, then we can do 1,000, right? It can be done though. Here's the point, again, Diamond. Right now, you're not used to thinking. or being asked to tell us what you think. Now you're doing some early push-ups. What if he keeps hitting words out that muscle?
The reaction, the rest time.
Boom! 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 thoughts within a second. Tell us, can I cut you off? What were you gonna say?
I said I made you right.
Ooh, I like it. I try to throw you off and make you forget what you're gonna say. Now he knows what he's gonna say, right? Isn't that the benefit of exercising this muscle? You're already doing it, man. I'm proud of you. Dab love for me. I'm not proud of you. Dab love for me. Dab love for me. It's like, nah, man. My brain's still bigger than his. I'm still stronger.
I think you're right because
I can't wait
for me personally, I got people like in my community that
because that's part of their
like close friends and everything.
we're not.
Like wrong people. And I might get into like
Yeah.
get into like that's what you're going into and everything what might happen and like what might not happen.
But can you help them being inside here?
No.
How do you help them? You can have secret things.
I treat them.
Keep going, yeah, sure, go ahead, keep going. How would you help them? How do you help them?
I treat them like my family member. Like, so I always like I might be trying to do wrong every now and then, but like they'll have the sense to tell me to do right, and then I like sometimes I tell them to do right. So like we don't just do anything for other people. Like, we do everything for us. Like if I wanted to go steal something, I'm doing it for a reason because it's something that we need. That's what I'm probably like I always
He said he will not be still. It means he won't stand in one place.
Just to show off that I'm taking anything.
One, does it matter why we do things? Does it matter why we do things? It does? Why? If you'll allow me, I'm gonna help me and help us understand why you know why it matters. Good, that's telling me what? I'm not asking you what. I'm asking you to tell me why. Good. Cause is not an answer. Cause what? Oh no. You don't know. Cause I don't know what it is. Tough being standing up, being on the spot, right? These guys have all the answers, but watch, they're gonna stand up there. They won't know you. Why? Why? You asking why? Like, why does it matter? Do something. If you do something. Why does it matter why you do something? Why? Why does the why matter?
It's matter because depends on what you do. Like,
Does it really matter why you do it?
yeah,
Or does it really matter what you do?
yeah,
Does it matter why?
yeah.
So Juan, can I punch you in the face?
No.
No? Wait, you don't want to know why first? You're saying a what? Don't punch me in my face, in your face, right? What's more important than why? So can I punch you in the face? That's the what, right? Can I punch you in the face?
No.
Huh? No, he said no. He didn't ask me why, did he? He didn't say, well, why is important? Why do you want to punch me in your face? He just said no. So why does it matter?
I don't know. I guess that's the way you just put it. Like that.
So let me back this up again. There's two questions that we're talking about. What and why? Does it matter why we do things? Or does it matter what we do? Which one is more important?
What?
Because what I'm going to do is punch Juan in the face. Is that a good idea? Don't you guys want to know why? Why? Because he have all that hair and I'm bald, man. I'm old. I'm jealous. I'm hating on why. Right? That's why. Is that a really good why? Does it matter? Why are you guys in here? It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter what you did.
All that matters is we're here now.
Here. So what are you going to do next? Because all you told me why you're here earlier. Bad friends, bad people, bad choices. You told me why. But guess what? If you tell me why you're here, does that change what you're going to do in the future? No. So what does that mean? You're going to possibly do it again. So even if you leave where you live and you go somewhere else, guess what you're going to do when you're somewhere else?
It's the same people here. It's different.
Born in Brooklyn, grew up in California. I've traveled the world. I've lived around. My father went to federal prison.
That's why you became a lawyer?
No, he's dead now. Appreciate it. But the point is not why as much as what.
Guys, need y'all quiet.
Two things we're doing right now. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Speaking. That's all I'm doing. Right? All I'm doing is talking. Why am I talking? Sort of a different question, right? But what's most important is not so much that I talk, but what you do with my words. Let me show you this real quick. I'm gonna need you guys' help. A few things I'm gonna draw on the board. This one right now. Let's say this is 100% knowing, right? This is 100% knowledge. How much would you say, you in this room, how much would you say you know about everything in the world? What percentage? 1%? Coda says 25? 0. Sam says 0? In between 5? In between 25? How much do you guys know about everything? 0.1? 5? About 20? So I heard 0 and I heard 25. Let's do something in the middle. Maybe let me just give you a number of, let's say 15. That work? Yeah. That's not really in the middle. Let me just say 15. Half our brain. And this is 15% of, I'm just going to abbreviate, I know. And you know maybe 15% of everything in the world. How much would you say you don't know?
99%.
99%?
We only remember 30%. You got 15% out of 100.
I know, I'm saying me. I said I know 1%.
But let's all stick with this number so we can all be on the same page, right? Just to be fair for all.
85%.
85%. So 85% you guys don't know, you know. I'm gonna just give you a number. I'm gonna make it even less. I'm gonna say, what's 15 minus 50? 35. 35. I'm gonna give you guys 35% of I don't know what I know. So let's break this down a little bit more. Let's break this down. We're gonna get there, right? So just bear with me. Dakota, tell me something that you know you know. Tell me something that you know you know.
I know about that.
Stand up for me real quick. Give me an example of something you know you know.
I know about the black market.
You know about the black market. What do you know about the black market?
I'm getting
Like what?
whatever.
Don't say anything in front of you. I got you, though, man. What can you get on the black market?
Anything you want from a dog or something.
Stand up for me real quick. Give me an example of something you know you don't know. Actually, I got reverse.
I don't understand that.
I know I don't know. No, we're gonna stick over here because remember you laughing at yo. You laughed at you, laughed at you, he laughed at one. We need to know the answer. We're gonna sit here for a minute. So it's just a lot tougher when you're standing up, right? I mean, don't get defensive. We don't get defensive. What are you on, man? We're gonna have a good time. Tell me something you know you don't know. Don't help him out. Don't help him out.
I don't know how to do that.
Good. That's it. You guys heard him, right?
Yeah.
Tell us again. Tell us what you mean by that. Tell us you know you don't know. Tell us. Explain that to us.
Everybody got a different amount of hair on their head.
Why you look at my head when you say that? I'm trying to be funny again, right? You trying to get me back, huh? I don't got no hairs on my head. Okay, 0. I got 0. I know how many I know. That's but what do you know you don't know? And you don't know how many hairs are on your head.
Right.
So we know, I know I can go to black market and get a gun. But I don't know how many hairs are on my head. Good. Give me an example of something you know you don't know. Good job, Nancy.
I don't know the exact distance to the sun or the exact temperature the sun is at right now.
You don't know the exact temperature the sun is at. Something you know you don't know. Give me an example of something you know you know. I know. What's something you know you know? Say it again.
I know my family.
You know where your family's at. You know where your family is and where they're living, where they're at. Parts of the city, of town, whatever, right? Street, address, good. Something you know you don't know.
I know when I was born, and I don't know when I'm gonna die.
Good. But you know you're gonna die. You just don't know when. Good. Good. Something you know you know.
I know that I know. I know what I know what I'm gonna do when I get out.
So you know what you're gonna do when you get out.
Yep.
What's that gonna be?
Get a job.
Good. Something you don't, I know, I don't know.
I know that I'm leaving, but I don't know when I'm leaving.
So you know, I know I'm leaving, but I know I don't know when I'm leaving. But that's only 50% of this 100% of knowing. So what's the other 50%? Just space. So you know it's just space. That's part of your 15%. That's not part of the other 50%. What's the other 50%?
What you need to learn.
What you need to learn. So you know you don't know everything, so you know you need to learn. That's part of the I know. That's 15%. Oh. What's the other 50%?
Stuff you don't know.
Stuff you don't know. So you know I don't know. That's your 35%. What's the other 50%?
Stuff that we want to know.
Stuff that you want to know. So you want to know more stuff. That's 15.
Hey, keep going. Sorry.
Keep going in circles. That's 15. You you know we're going in circles, because yes, it is a circle. What's the other 50%? No, we're not tricking your mind. What's the other 50%? What's the other 50% now? Well, we can't know. Well, we can't know. So you know you can't know. Dang. What's the other 50%?
It's an impossible question.
It's an impossible question?
What do you think we know you can?
Of course I know the answer, right? I know. So I know. What the other 50% is.
But you
I know y'all know. So we operate in the 15 and 35%. What is the other 50%?
I don't know what I don't know.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Space, filling, spicing it up a little bit by saying, I don't know what you're talking about.
Give me an example.
I don't really have one. Like, what's the other 50%? That's a good example. That's the example we're working on right now.
So you know that's what we're working on right now.
I don't know that.
So that's 35%. What's the other 50%, y'all? It's only 50%. Wait a minute. Who
The other 50% is other 50%.
you were sitting? No, you were sitting right here, right?
Right here. That's what
You just said you like math? You just said you like math, right?
Who is this?
You just said like that? Yeah. Whoever's right here with you. Like math. So what's the other 50%? You've been quiet for a minute all of a sudden. What's the other 50%?
Okay.
What's the other 50%, y'all? Half 100. So you know that. That's the I know. That's 15. What's the other 50% that's missing? What is that section?
What it is.
What it is, and you know what it is. That's only your 15. That's your 35. What's the other 50? More knowledge. That's the 15.
We know the 15 is in the world, I guess. Right?
No, because you know the world.
No, I don't.
What's the
unexplored knowledge?
What's the other 15%? What's the other 50%?
You don't know the answer. That's what I'm asking.
I would like to ask you, they have the answer to something.
I know, that's what I know.
Exactly.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know. That's I don't know what you're I think that's the answer. I don't know.
My brain fried.
So Ethan was right. I don't know what I don't know. But then when I asked him to give me an example, what did he do?
He said he knows.
Oh, I know, I don't know. I know, he gave me a 35% example.
Does he have to say in the doctor's
Listen to this. I know, Black Mark. I know, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know. Just shut up. Because there is no example. What you don't know, you don't know that. You don't know it, so you can't give me an example. So it means sometimes you have to sit back and be quiet. I bet you I can go around this room and ask these adults in here who their best students are. And as far as this thing up here, right? And they would probably tell me, not you individually, but if I were to ask them, of the 15, 35, or 50%, who do you want as your student? They would all say, we want the 50%. We want someone who's going to come in there and say, I don't know what I don't know. Teach me. Because it's hard, right? Having that kid that knows everything. Oh, I know what I know. Then why are you here? You can't know everything and still have the problem. You can't have all the answers and still all the problems. Oh my God. Absolutely. But you can't know it all, right? And then be stuck in your problem. The best students, the best adults, the best people in the world are those who know they don't know what they don't know. Because then that means they have to sit down, be quiet. And it's once you're quiet, you understand this. His name was, I think, Miguel D'Agostino or Chile or something like that, right? 14, 15 or something. And he was told in Italy that he had to work on this big block of marble. He was given a picture and said, you know, we're going to commission you, we're going to give you some money. We want you to look at this picture and make that big block of marble, 20 feet high. We want you to carve out something inside. You guys are with me, right? We want you to carve this thing out. So he went and he tried to look and, you know, and they said, you're fired, man, we're done. Can't do it. Then for 100 years, more people tried to work on the same stuff. Finally, they said to this young guy, maybe your age, maybe a little older, his name was Michelangelo. They said, we want you to draw something. He said, you know what? I'm not drawing that. And he went over to this big brick on this big wall, this big marble, and just started chiseling, sawing, cutting, and stabbing, and just did all these phenomenal things to the stone. To where after he was done, and 3 years later, there was a picture of a statue. A statue of what? Anybody know? Statue of David. Liberty. Statue of David. It was a statue. You guys have seen the statue of David? It's kind of this picture, like this guy has David from David and Goliath, right? From the biblical story, David that when he killed Goliath, slingshot. There's a picture of a guy with a slingshot. It's a naked picture of a man, but he kind of slingshot. It's a real 17-foot tall statue. It's one of the most amazing statues around. You know what I'm talking about? He did that. And when they said, wait a minute, man, wait a minute. How did you, I mean, this isn't the picture that we asked you to draw. But how did you create this statue? And what he said was this. I didn't use blueprints. I simply went to that big piece of rock and I freed what was on the inside. I let go, I let what was on the inside out. This is the only way to success, my brother. It's not trying to do what everyone else says to do. It's letting them guide you, but it's about doing what you know the right thing is to do on the inside, right? It's about making those right decisions. It's about doing what's in here, right? Sorry. It's about doing what's in here, right? It's about releasing the man that you are. Because again, here's the thing. You all said, you know what? I'm going to run away from where I've had my problems.
Can't run away from your problems.
You can't run away with what's on the inside. You can't get away with what's going on in here. The way to do this, my brothers, is to start living in your 50%.
Work on, I
don't know what I don't know. Which means be quiet. Stop acting like you know everything. I'm just gonna get out, man. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna take care of my mom, my needs. I'm gonna go over here and do this. I'm gonna get a job, go to school. That's the I know. That's only 15%. And I'm not knocking you for that. It's important to have that 15%. But are you gonna have a job? Where are you gonna get a job? Where are you gonna live? Well, I don't know that. What's more important is what I don't know, and be quiet and just listen. Did any of y'all know I was coming here today? No. Yeah, you knew a teacher someone was coming, right? I know you was coming. That's my question. We thought you was coming tomorrow. But you knew, was that supposed to come tomorrow, Miss Allen? Or was it today? It was today. That was today.
right, you right.
All right, I'll come again tomorrow. We'll do it all over again, right? Let me tell you about the pig. Who was gonna sacrifice? But what I'm saying again is, there's something that's really important about this. I know, and I don't know what I don't know. Does anyone see what I'm talking about here? The I know and the I know is what gets y'all in trouble. All right? That's why you're in trouble.
So you would rather us walk blindly into stuff?
Does that mean walking blindly? Knowing what you don't know and what you don't know, does that mean walking blindly? It could. It could. But it could also mean that I do this. Teacher, I don't know what I don't know. I don't want to be blind. God. That's what it means to you. How does it sound for you? She ain't gonna teach me. Oh. Hey, you ever read this? Oh, no, you the literature dude, right?
Yeah.
I want you to teach me that book. Has he read the book? Has he read that book?
No, I ain't reading this whole book.
Does he know anything about the book?
It's literature.
Well, what if I ask him to teach me the book? Would that be very smart or wise?
Nah.
So, Ethan, I'm not asking you to just follow anyone. The blind lead the blind. As a blind man leads another blind man, they end up in a ditch.
Oh, I see.
That's the type of phrase I say. But what's important is that we be led by someone who's not blind. Right? Come here real quick, man. Turn around. Walk. Whose eyes were open? Whose eyes were open? Yours. Oh. What again? Whose eyes are open?
Yours were at the very end.
But during the walking period, right? He knows the answer to the question. Y'all know he knows the answer. I think Ethan might be a little bit, right? But we're playing with it. It's good. Who was the person in between? Who had their eyes closed in between? I did. Who did it? And Dumar was doing what? Dying. I'm not always going to be blind. But there's going to be times when I need to be led. And in order to be led, that means I have to follow. So, Josh, summarize where we are right now. Then, what's the big 3 points?
Big 3 points where we are right now.
Yeah, what are 3 things that you can take away from what we're discussing right now?
Don't go to a blind man and ask for help. Go to somebody who can see and know what they're doing.
Who's the blind man in this example?
You're saying that.
You. Yeah, it's hard to ask for help, isn't it? The first minute, it's hard to ask for help.
How bad is that bruise on your leg?
It's a permanent tissue scar. It's hard to ask for help. I'm gonna be honest.
I know 3 things I learned. Each one.
What's that mean?
Help a brother out.
What's that mean? How do you do it?
Teaching somebody that they don't know.
What do you teach somebody that they don't know? What can you teach someone that they don't already know?
How the world is, like,
So how is the world?
it's a corrupted place.
How is it corrupt?
Well, if you want my perspective,
I'm asking you. Of course, it has to be yours.
this is how I think the world is corrupted. First, we got Donald Trump as president.
Where is the corruption in that? The democracy voted him in to the Oval Office, didn't they? There was no corruption in how people cast their votes. They cast their votes. Again, I'm asking you, tell me about this corruption so you tell me how the world is so I can understand and you teach my teacher. So,
reason why I say
I'm asking you to tell me the reason why you said it. I'm asking you to tell me what you said.
it's corrupted,
What does corrupted mean? First, what does the word corrupt mean?
destroyed,
Destroy? No, destroy means
Error.
destroy. Corrupt means corrupt. What is corrupt?
Unjust.
Unjust is a different word. What is corrupt? Define corrupt. Not by using other words. Define corrupt. Because each one is going to teach one. And if you don't know what the words mean, how you going to teach me, man?
I didn't know you was going to detail like that.
How each one going to teach one?
Shit, just learn from the next man.
So help me. I want to learn from you. This is your point. Teach me.
I'm trying to learn from you.
But you can't learn from me if you're doing what?
If you're not listening.
You know what you know. But then when I ask you to really tell me what you think you know, guess what you, Mark, can't do? You don't really know. I know Dumar got you in trouble just now. Because Dumar, instead of stopping, what did he do? He dug that hole a little deeper. And I'm going to keep using these cute phrases that we all know, but we can't do. Dumar, come up for a minute real quick here. Come on, hurry. Dumar, turn around. Face people. Try to take my pen. No, Dumar, that's taking my pen. Come on, man. Try to take my pen. That's not taking. Try to take my pen. That's taking it. Come back over here with my pen. Try.
Can I get that pen?
Till I take my pen. That's not taking. Try to take my pen.
Take it, pen.
That's taking. Try to take my pen. That's not taking. You are. You can't. Either you take it or you don't. There's no such thing as try. So
Get it. I still don't get it.
There's no such thing as try. You can't try. Either you take this pen or you don't take it. Take the pen. That's taking. You do that.
So you either do
Don't take it. That's not taking, right? That's not taking. But is there such thing as try? Nope. Dumar, you suck at trying. You might want to stop. You might want to stop. Either do it or don't. That's the only two options you have. Ever try to do your homework? Yeah. What you're really doing is not doing your homework, right? Doing everything else. Ever try to clean your room? What you're really doing is playing on the box, whatever you're doing, you're not really cleaning your room. Either you do or you don't. You don't understand? Good. Guess where he's operating right now? That big 50. So guess who's getting ready to learn? He is. And guess who will apply this? You have on socks? Who put those socks on? You have on Jordans? You have on Jordans? Why not? Did you put them on? We ain't got it. So if I said put on your socks, and he put them on, he has on his socks. He did, right? If I say put on the Jordans, he got no Jordans to put on. So can he put the Jordans on? Can I say to Reggie, try to put on your socks and Jordans? No. I'm gonna put on the socks. You put on the socks. You don't got the Jordans to put on, so can you try? Either you put them on or you don't. There's nothing in between, right? Tell me what that means. And I love the word I love the word I don't know. That makes you guys stand up. Have a stand up for me. There's something that happens to this brain muscle when we're on the spot. See how we stood up? You sit like this. Boom, boom, boom. And we stood up. It's our brain to make us think. How do you understand? Tell us what this means.
I guess you can say, can't try.
I don't want you to guess that I say. I'm asking you to tell me what it means. It's okay, man. It's on the spot. Folks have been on the spot. I told you, like, hey, he got up too. I mean, why you think about it? He got up. He had all the jokes. He laughed at everybody. I'm cool. I know everything. And when he got up, he didn't know what to say.
Yeah. When you try to do it,
I get what I'm saying.
either you don't do it or you don't.
So give me an example of that.
So that I don't know like hey, like example, like, okay, you say you don't try to clean the room, you do it, right? That's what you said, right?
Or you don't. Yes, sir.
So like I'm in that fail, so I'm not gonna either I'm gonna do it or I'm not. But I'm trying, I'm working out, I'm trying to get there.
Are you trying or are you working out?
I'm working out.
Do you try to work out? Either you work out or you
don't.
Where's the try?
I'm in the NFL.
So be in the NFL. So do your part to get in the NFL. Either you do your part or you don't do your part. So where does try come?
I ain't in there now.
How are you not in there now? Does that mean you can't become in the NFL? My brother played football. Right? Have you asked him about it, how to get it, what to do? Because you know. It's the I know, I don't know. I should ask him to be taught and instructed. But where does the try come from? How are you trying to get into the NFL?
That's doing it.
It's doing. It's doing, all right?
Yeah.
So what have you done any push-ups this morning? Have you done the squats or whatever? I don't know. What are some exercises football players should be doing?
Squats.
See how he stood up, right? Yeah, let me tell you. What are some things? Squats?
Yeah. Sit-ups.
Have you done squats or sit-ups this morning? He didn't do those. So either I'm doing, not doing. Try to take my pen.
You don't do it.
So I thought you didn't understand.
Maybe.
Good. So guess what he may do tomorrow morning? Squats.
You don't do it anyway.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to do it.
Of course you're used to saying I'm trying to do it. And guess what you don't do? You know what? Whatever you say you're trying to do. Trying is an excuse. What we really want to say is, I'm trying to prepare for this case and this trial. But what I really want to do is sit on the couch and watch this football game. So when my wife comes in and says, I thought you had some work. I don't take the work home, but for example, my wife's like, I thought you had work to do. Well, yeah, I'm trying to do it. Oh yeah, go, Cam, touchdown. Am I really trying to prepare this case? Or am I just using try as an excuse? Try is an excuse. Here's the thing. If I were to go around and ask every adult in this room, they know exactly what I'm talking about. They know how they've tried. Watch, I'm about to get Miss Allen. Miss Allen, can you help me out, please?
Yes.
Come on. Reggie, come on. Reggie, come on.
Okay, use another
Sam.
We can't get in the camera.
Wait, who's that? Reggie. Sam. Oh, he can't. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Girls can get in the
Sorry,
camera.
camera. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
What's the question, guys?
Trying to take it.
Try to take it in?
Yeah.
Oh.
You ain't trying.
That's taking it.
Try? Oh, you want me to really struggle?
That's not taking it, right?
That's not taking it?
That's not
Don't
taking
worry.
it.
Either you gonna do it or you ain't gonna do
Don't give an answer that quick, man.
Thank you. So go ahead, take the finger.
It's taking it, right? So
Wait,
tell her.
Try to take it.
So Sam, let me call you Reggie. Sam, tell her what? Tell her the point of the.
it. Wanna try an excuse. Either you gonna do it.
It's
or
an
you not.
excuse to try. Yeah.
Because there's no such thing
No such thing as trying.
Either you
You're
take
gonna
it
take this thing or you're not gonna take it.
So what did I do?
You took it.
I didn't try. I never tried. I'm just saying.
Oh, bro. Oh,
she does good.
she just flipped the script on.
She didn't have to try. I appreciate that, McDowell. But again, the point is, Reggie. I'm Sam. Sam, sorry.
It's Reggie. Reggie.
I know. But y'all switch sides. Reggie was over here. I had this picture of mine. So you got switch sides on. But what happened though is that you just explained to Miss Allen what it was.
I ain't even
So here's the thing, Umar. He could explain it. Why? Umar. Umar. Yeah. I'm messing with that. But he could explain it. Why? Because he could do it. If we were to take everything on the internet, and if I were to print it on paper front and back and stack that paper, it would go from here to the sun and back without burning up. That's how much information is on the internet. But the question isn't really what information is available or whether we have access to it. The ultimate question is, what are we doing with that information? I can learn Italian or the bachata. I can learn all kinds of things, right? Because it's all there online. Well, what am I doing? Here's the question. Are you processing? Either you do or you don't. Most of us are not doing anything. And so the question must then become, who will come and teach me what I don't know that I don't know? Because that's the only way we're going to get better. It's the only way. So let's go here one more time. 3 things that you're thinking about. So speak up a little louder. I'm thinking about a lot of things. But summarize 3 points. Pick 3. If he has a lot of things in his head, then he should be able to pick 3, right?
And I was thinking about like what you just said. And I was thinking about like, yeah, I'm trying to get out. Like, why is it that whenever it's not like if I get angry or something like that and I get in trouble, why I get in trouble, yeah, I know where to go.
Because maybe you're not really ready to go. Comfortable sometimes being where you know things are. It's scary out there because you know what's out there. More important, you're afraid of success. Not afraid to fail. You know what failure is. You've failed before. I've failed before. Every adult in this room has failed. Success. I would ask you, do you think you sabotage your future and your success? We're sabotaging. If you know you do 1, 2, and 3,
Mess up.
you might do 1 and 2, and then mess up on 3. Right? You're gonna do all the things you gotta do. I'm sure these teachers again can tell you. You'll do all the basics, but you'll never finish. And then you'll come up with an excuse. Well, I tried. No, you didn't. You quit. Because you're afraid of success. Nelson Mandela was a person in prison for over 27, 29 years because he fought for apartheid, ending apartheid. And he says this when he was getting out of prison, he said that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. It is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light that most frightens us, not our darkness. It's a poem that was written by Marianne Williamson, and he quoted, "It's your light you're most afraid of. It's your intelligence you're most afraid of. It's It's your future you're most afraid of. It's being the pig, Mr. Hog, that we're most afraid of. It's the sacrifice. Say what you want to say. Right now, I'm looking at a whole lot of kids, little boys, who want their father, who want guidance, who need a hug. And you might think I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me. Because I see myself in all of your eyes. I see my reflection in you. The only way to get better is to do better. Do the things you gotta get done. That makes sense? You can get something for me?
Yeah. I want you to take
Hey, with me? You want me to read it or I ask a question now or read it later on? Sure, that's okay to do, Ms. Allen?
I ask you a question.
Yeah, please do.
What did you want to do when you were growing up?
I wanted to be an astronaut.
Real talk.
Real talk. But I'm afraid of closed spaces. And I don't like the idea of falling from sky in a small little tin. Right? Because astronauts go up. And back then, you know, I think it's still the same way. They fall in a little tin to the ocean.
Into the ocean.
Yeah. That's how they get back down. It used to be, I'm not sure, it may be different now. But when I was like, I
actually land now.
may have planes that can actually land. But I want to be an astronaut. Why? Because I love stars, man. The story the stars can tell, what the potential, what was out there, all that stuff. I can sit down. I go camping a lot, right? And I'll go camping and I'll just sit down on the grass or in the woods and clear spaces and stare up at the stars. Just look at all the constellations and think that 4,000 years ago, someone else was staring at these same stars. There's comets and falling stars all the time.
Same way
All the time. You look up at night, the stars, always a falling star.
I ain't gonna see no fall.
Anyone else ever see
Oh, I just window right here. I bet you see star.
Huh?
And basically, I still ain't.
So a shooting star, falling star is the same thing. All it really is debris or rocks from space are falling into our atmosphere. And they burn up on the way down. It's just trash from space. But we call it a falling star. Or a star that actually falls. Or a shooting star is it's racing across. Sam? So Sam, you sat back down and you went back to this voice I can't hear and arms crossed.
Nah.
Good.
So how did you make it over? Like, how did you get what you right now?
Real talk. I had to make some decisions within myself. I had to realize, man, I had a decision. I have friends and people that were cutting up, doing all kinds of stuff. I could do it with them, or I could be a loner and just go do what I know I need to do. Listen, we're not talking about doing some really hard stuff. Doing what we have to do means just sit down and read my homework. And that's all you have to do right now. It means being respectful. It means, wanting that piece of thing over there, right? That candy or whatever. Not taking it. It means doing the right thing. And doing the right thing is the basics. And when you do the basics, I'll tell you this one, right? A man does not decide his future. A man does not decide his future. A man does not decide his future when his habits do. I could say, as Reggie asked me, I want to be an astronaut. But what have I done every day to become an astronaut? I want to play in the NFL. What am I doing every day to get in the NFL? Exercise. Well, he ain't. I injury. May have injury, but you hear my point though, right? We can say what we want to do. We can say we want to get out. We can say we want to do better. But what decisions are we making right now to live that way? Because it's not going to just happen once you get out. What habits are you designing and doing today? I was telling Reggie, I read 3 books every month. Big, thick books, small books, philosophy books, all kind of books. I read 3 books a month, right? I'm learning all kinds of interesting stuff. And I can read a book in a day. Why? Prayer, habits, practice. It's the same thing. When I was your age, I wasn't reading 3 books a day. I'm barely reading any books, right? But because I went through it, and went through it, and went through it, I developed habits. It's where those habits, like muscles, are much stronger today. So what do you do? All a habit really is, all it really means is doing something every moment that you can. Play football, how often did you, in college, how often did you practice?
Practice hard about 4 days a week.
4 days a week, and you had a game.
On Saturday. Even Friday, like a mental walkthrough. Over the hard practice.
So not a physical one, but you're still going through the here.
Yeah. Game on Saturday, and then you have film session on Sunday. So about 7 days doing something.
7 days a week. 4 days of strenuous working out. 1 day of visualizing and putting it in the mind. Playing the game, and then reviewing everything you had just done for the week. Only then to do what the next day, on Monday? Work out. Start all over again. That's what's called a habit. I can break down for you what habits are, but I don't want to go too much deeper in this stuff. Maybe I can ask to come back again, right? But your habits are what decide your future. Your habits are what help you become better. And so I knew I had to design some new habits. I knew I needed to create some new ways of doing what I do. And Diamond, it was hard to begin with, right? The more I exercised this muscle, the stronger I became. So the easier it becomes. The hardest part of football practice is when? Starting off, right? Heck week or whatever, right? I mean, when the season begins, August.
Yeah, August 2 days.
So when August comes, you gotta start football practice. That's probably the toughest. You've been off for the summer. You gotta go out in that heat. You gotta sweat. You gotta put that helmet on again, them shoulder pads, and you gotta up and down, and suicide all around. That's tough. But then November comes, right? Yeah. Is it tough?
No.
Shit. Let me ask you this question. How hard was it putting on your pants this morning? It's not hard. Why? Because you do it every day. It's a habit. This place has certain rules, right? Yeah. When you first came, maybe it was hard to learn those rules. Maybe it wasn't. Was for you got to. Everyone looked at you when I said that, right? Mess around. But maybe it was hard for a few because it was something new. But now you're in a place to where it's something you do. And that is what we call a habit. What if you would have taken the same experience, the same skill, the same muscle, the same strength, and do it when you get out? Get up at a certain time. Dress a certain way. Speak to adults in respectful ways. Do what you have to. Isn't that going to change your life? Yeah. Were you doing that while you were out? No. So part of what you should be learning here, learning from this place, is new habits. Because I know each one of you want to get out. Go ahead. I develop. What's your new habit? Drawing. What do you draw? Real stuff. Give me an example of real stuff.
some of that stuff up there.
Designs, tattoo stuff up there like what? Flag, the White House?
Not that,
Going on the very end?
You're not
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Jackson, you're not Joe Black Panther.
Hey, that's me right there, that Malcolm X.
The Malcolm X.
And I got better when I got here, like when I see Ray John was my inspiration, all that.
Yeah.
So like first when I wasn't drawing anything. Now I can draw anything I see.
It's good. And what does drawing do for you?
It helps me relax, make me feel better.
Right. So whenever you're getting frustrated or whenever you're getting bored, do you find yourself drawing? Because the reality is, before in the past, we may have done things when we got bored or tired. That were very good. So let me get to the end. What time do we have?
It's 10:40. It's some questions out here too.
Cool. So let's take some of your questions. What are questions online?
Yeah, people out there. I think some of the people missed the beginning, so they want to know what your career is.
So I am a public defender. I represent habitual felons, which is 3 strikes you're out. Guys who've committed murder, drug dealers, folks who break in, armed robberies, people that will spend the rest of their life in prison. I'm also a college professor. I teach at UNC Charlotte. I help out at different places. So that's really the job that I do. But truthfully, I do more work in the community, just trying to help build it and do things like this. Another question?
It's several. How did you feel about the protest riots in Charlotte last month?
So Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that riots are the language of the unheard. And what he was saying was, the people that are out there rioting are folks who are saying, you're not hearing us, you're not paying us any attention, and we matter, right? If anyone's ever been hurt, then they know they need to express themselves. We tend to look at what happened in the riots, the glass being broken, by a few people, the buildings being hit, cars being burned. We look at that. We look at what's happened, but we don't always ask why it happened. And I think at that moment, it's important to ask why. Why are people out there demonstrating? It's because a police officer had murdered and assassinated a Black man. That's why people were out there. Because they were out there saying enough is enough. And I don't know about you, Miss Al, but I've pounded my hand on the table. I've stomped my foot out of frustration. And that's why folks were protesting and demonstrating, because they were frustrated. Now, there were some who were doing illegal things like breaking into glass and stealing things and just being bad. But that's not who I was out there supporting. The demonstrations were a way of us saying enough is enough. Because as a rapper once said about the police, you were put here to protect us. Who protects us from you? So we're protesting that and asking that question, and that's what happened. Listen, riots are not a bad thing. Shays' Rebellion, the very first riot in American history, were some farmers who didn't like what was happening to them by the government, so they rioted. The Boston Tea Party, where folks who were saying, you're taxing us, you're taking our money without hearing from us, taxation without representation. And so what they do? They went to the Boston Harbor and poured tea into the harbor. Lady, whatever they said, right? The American Revolution was a riot. Americans said to the English king, King George, enough. So riots are our way of saying enough is enough, and we're going to demonstrate. So, in that sense, it's a historical thing. It's part of our history, and some want to color that as a bad thing. But for the most part, I don't agree that it is. But we all have to do it the right way, right? I'm not suggesting we all go out there and break glass or hurt anybody, because that's not what I did or thousands of others did. So we went out there.
Do what thousands out there.
Thousands. Because they can. They got away with it.
Why they shoot?
Because they can. So the cops were behind me. These were the people here. I'm backing up. Pow!
Did you fall over?
No. Actually, I didn't even turn around. I didn't want them to know that it hurt. stuttering because it hurt that much. I didn't want them to know that it hurt. So when they shot me, pow! Kept going. I didn't want to give them the satisfaction because it was cowardly. But we kept peace. And the world needs more people like that who know how broken the system is to stand up and make it better. Who's going to do it, Sam? Good question.
Where are you a public defender at, and do you have a juvenile caseload?
Yeah, so I'm a public defender in Charlotte, Mecklenburg, or Charlotte, downtown Charlotte. And no, I do not have a juvenile caseload. My clients are felons, folks who've had 3 felonies or convictions or more. Some as young as 18 years old, others that are much older. But in North Carolina, juvenile is someone who's 16 and under, and our office doesn't handle those cases.
What do you do each day to become what you are now?
Basics. Just do my part. What did I tell you? I know what. So on a day-to-day, I get up in the morning, shower, clean, right? All that stuff we do. Go to the office. I answer emails. I reach out to my clients. I research some cases. I prepare. I speak to the prosecutors. I just do my job. I do my part. I work out. For you, your students. So how do you become better? Just do your homework. Come to class. Put yourself in that 50%. I don't know what I don't know. Teach me something today. Listen, learn, ask questions. Because look, there are a lot of old people around here. I'm calling out old. I ain't trying to insult nobody. But these are folks that have some experience. They've succeeded and they have failed. If I had Bill Gates' credit card, who's Bill Gates? Microsoft. And he is the richest man in the world, right? What if he gave me his credit card? No limit, I can do whatever I'll go do.
You gotta give it a number.
And he gave me the number. He said, here's my card. Do whatever you want, bro. And what if I did this with the card? Okay, thanks. I'll use it some other time.
It won't be no good.
It wouldn't be any good. So then why have all these adults in this room and you're not learning from them? Why are you here? Why are you here? Because you're gonna get out, and you're gonna get out operating on 15%. Oh, I know what I know, and I know enough to make it. No, you don't. I don't. I've been a lawyer for nearly 10 years. I've had experience about 20 years. I still ask questions. A lot of questions. And I win most of my cases. And I still ask a lot of questions. Because I know 50% of what I don't know. It's faction. And for me, it's almost 90% of what I don't know. I may know 1%, if even that. I don't know what I don't know. But we gotta do the basics. One second, we do our part. And for many of us, and you in this room, just do your homework. Just read. Write a letter to mom. Write a letter about how mad you are today and just throw it out. Draw. Ask these teachers and folks around here what they think, right? Clean your part. Put your clothes on. Comb your hair, look in the mirror and say, I am somebody. Just do. Just do. Exercise. Another one? Reggie, question?
When you saw you come a look?
When I was a young kid. And I'll tell you, I saw Rodney King, you guys may not know, but he got beat by some cops. Beat him. I was young, maybe younger than you all. I remember my mother started crying, my grandmother was older, and she started crying. My 2 older sisters were mad and frustrated. I didn't know what happened. All I knew was that some cops beat this guy, and then they got off. So I learned that there's a person called a lawyer, and philosophers and folks from back in the day, particularly Thomas Aquinas and Augustus, they say They say this, last thing, they say that a lawyer is a consummate professional. What that means, I know what it means, is they heal the ills of society. Lawyers are supposed to go out and be problem solvers. That's why I solve problems. But then when I got in law school, I hated law school. Took my first exam. I wanted to quit, right? And when I wanted to quit, I had this dream. Real talk, this was my dream. This is where I came from. And my dream was simply this. I remember I wanted to quit. I leaned over my wife and said, I'm done with law school. I hate this exams. I hate all this stuff. I give up. And she said, whatever, boy. She goes to work. And I laid in my bed and tried to go back to sleep. So I wasn't taking any more exams. I did 1, 2, was quitting at 3. But as I was laying in bed, I had this dream. It was rolling hills, and there was like meadows, right? And all of a sudden there was this white church and these cinder blocks, much like this. All around it made a little church with a little old roof and 2 wooden doors, and I opened the wooden doors as I walked up the steps. And down the middle of this church was this hardwood floor, green, black, purple. That real hardwood that when you step on it, it creaks, right? And there were pews or seats all the way up to the front. And as I walked into this church on that creaking floor, I saw faces of black men. Young. Old, dreads, bald heads, suits, gel outfits, baggy clothes. You know what they said to me? Like, see, we need you. Do it. Get up. He woke up, took my exam, finished with A's for the rest of my law school career. Now I'm a lawyer doing this. And I wish I had a dream like that. You will. And you do. But guess where that dream comes from? Inside. The only way you'll ever know what's inside is if you're operating in your 50%. Because if you know everything, so, one more question, 2 more questions, or how many more questions?
What habits did you cultivate to become where you are?
Just doing what I know needs to be done. Right? Just doing what I know needs to be done. So if I know I gotta go to the gym and work out, I bring my gym clothes, I go to the gym, what do? Work out. Is there anything hard about that? Or if I know I gotta read a book, Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, great book, by the way. If I sit down and have to read this book, then guess what I do? If I know it has to be done, just sit down and do it. It's just doing someone else's book.
So how do you find inspiration?
Huh?
How do you find inspiration? I know it gets hard.
Inspired. In, right? Inspire is, I would argue, the word spirit. So how do we get in spirit? Just choose. Choose to do so. I choose to be inspired. I choose to be in the spirit. I choose to do what I need to do. That we call, as a result, inspiration. It's just a choice. Okay, listen to everything I'm telling you is either you do or you don't.
It ain't that easy though.
It is that easy. Stand up. Sit down.
Man.
That was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Nah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, do something hard.
No, it's not hard. There's no such thing as hard.
Hard
Either
work.
you do it or you don't.
Hard work get you
Diamond wasn't that strong at thinking out loud until he was called to do it. Now as Diamond works out and does it over and over and over again, he's gonna get better. Tell me your first name again? Mr. Mercer. Mr. Mercer started off in August playing football and it was hard. He knew what he had to do. But because he worked out over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, he got better in November on his little thing. I read 3 books a month. I started off having to read 1 book, right? I started off having to read 1. But the more and more and more and more I do it, it's called a habit. It's hard to start until you do it. How hard is it to put on your pants? Not that hard. Can't use an example like that. Yes, I can. Because a baby, my 3-year-old, if he was in this room, he's like, it's too hard. Yeah, it is hard. Because he's not used to doing it. You gotta do something. You got a what? You got a what? Come on, man.
Put on your pants is that's easy.
Because you've already done it. And because you continue to do it. Listen to me. You can find a way out if you want. I'm not saying it's hard or easy. What am I saying?
Do it.
Do it or don't. I never say anything about hard or easy, ever. 1,000 push-ups? Either you're gonna do 10 today, so you get stronger to do 1,000. You gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. If you don't start at all, guess what you're gonna be calling yourself? I'm trying. It's not hard, man. It's not easy. It's really nothing. Let me tell you this. There's a poem by Rudyard Kipling. He wrote the Jungle Book, right? But the poem is called If. And he says in this poem, Sam, that if I can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. I have clients who love me. I have clients who hate me. I'm a public defender. But they're both imposters. Because as long as I do the same action for both of them, it doesn't matter. You've won games and you've lost games, right? It doesn't matter if you win or lose the game. But did you play your role as nose guard? It's hard, it's easy, I win, I lose. You'll realize in life, none of that matters, bro. What matters is that you run the race. That you do your part. That's what's gonna matter. How about one more question?
Okay, let me find a good one, because some days. Oh, we spend a lot of time discussing dreams. What are yours?
Really different. My dream is that cops will stop shooting unarmed black men, innocent black men. My dream is that black men and young men won't fill prisons or jails, and we'll use that potential in other places. But my dream, more importantly, Miss Allen, is that you all in this room will be better than me. Because while you may not see it, I do. And that's my dream. That's why I do my part. Because I'm waiting and looking for that next Dr. King, the next Barack Obama, the next great person, football, sports, whatever the case might be, who's going to change this world. The next Gandhi, right? The next JFK, or the next, whoever president you want to call, George Washington, well, whatever we want to say. Who's going to be the ones? Who will be the one? I dream that I'll run across that person, and as an old man, I'll be able to say, I know that little boy right there. That's my man. It's my red right, but yeah, that's my boy. So let me end with this, if I don't mind. I know at 11, coming up against 11 o'clock, and it's a story, if you don't mind, my last story of this little boy and this old wise man. Can I tell you one more story? Mm-hmm. And this old wise man was loved by his community. This little boy didn't like him very much. Well, he's not very wise. He's just old, and I hate him. And I'm like, he's sorry for the boy. What can I do to prove that he's just old and not very wise? I don't know. Oh, I got it. I'll get something and I'll see if he can guess what's in my hand. And he might guess it right, but he might know Mount Vernon, what's in my hand. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask him, hey, old man, well, here's what I'll go. I've got a bird in the near village, near forest. I'll put a bird in my hand. And I'll ask him if he knows what's in my hand, and if he says a bird, I'll say, okay, old man, if you're so wise, is the bird dead? Alive. And if he says the bird is dead, then I'll open my hands to the coda and let him fly. But if he says the bird is alive, then I'll crush it. And crush it, he's gonna let his little carcass fall to the ground. He likes this idea, right? He likes it so much that he leaves his village, goes down a dirt path into the forest. Into the forest, he sees a rock, and above the rock is a branch. And on this branch is a limb, and on the limb is a little bird nest. And in this bird nest, 2 little yellow canaries. He grabs a canary, puts it in his hand, loves the idea, skips back into town. Life is right home. And as he gets closer to town, he sees the old man sitting under a tree, playing in the dirt with a stick. Hey, 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 hey! Old man! What's in my hands? The old man plays. Looks up. I have a bird. Oh, well, I knew you were going to say that, old man. But is the bird dead or alive, right? What the little boy was going to do next. Old man looks back down. Writes a time. Looks up at the little boy and says, bird, it's in your hands. All that you decide. Likewise, young men, your future and your choices are in your hands. Either you're going to make ones that help you fly, or choices and decisions that are going to destroy your very life. Bird is in your hands. Doesn't matter where you are right now. You're where I am in 2 years and beyond. So decide well. Thank you guys for taking your time to hear from us.